New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
Hey there. So a week ago, I dropped my daughter off to school, right? We're in the middle of back to school time. And I dropped her off and she is now in the 8th grade. Oh my gosh. And so I sat there and thought for a minute and I realized, oh my gosh, where has the time gone? Where did it go? She just was starting kindergarten not too long ago. It just made me think and realize, oh my gosh, where has all the time gone? So I ask you, do you rush around all day? Do you rush around every day trying to fit 5 million things in? Well, I know as moms, we tend to overdo it and we try to fit as many things in as we can during the day. But we rush around and a lot of times we don't even remember what we did at the end of the day. Do you remember what you did at the end of, do you remember what you did all day at the end of the day? Do you remember what you did last week? Yeah, well, it's hard to remember when we're just running around like a crazy lady trying to get everything done. So what I got to thinking about was the truth is that someday when we're old and on our deathbed, I got to thinking, do I want to look back and remember any lasting memories that I created? Do I want to look back and think, did I live a quality life? That's the question we want to ask ourselves. What happens is that we cram so much, we try to fit so much into one day at a time that a lot of times we disregard our natural rhythm. And when we do that, what happens is that we are all out of kilter. And a lot of times we just don't get things done in the way that we want to get them done. We get them done in a frenzied accomplishment was the thing that I put on here. A frenzied accomplishment. Is that the way we want to be remembered? Is that how you want your kids to say, yeah, my mom was just frenzied all the time, right? Okay, well, that's not how I want to be remembered. So I have a couple ideas for you. I'm Reverend Lisa. I'm a spiritual life coach, and I am here to inspire others. I'm here to inspire especially millennial moms to tap into that inner goddess within them so that they can live a productive, happy, a life with confidence, a life of authenticity, a balanced life. That's what we're here to do. So when we tap into that goddess part of ourselves that knows what to do, when to do, and how to do, we can live a more creative life. And that is what our inner dazzle is. So you might ask, well, what's an inner dazzle? My inner dazzle, it's that innermost part of yourself that is truly connected to that divine part of yourself that knows specifically what to do. It is that wisdom part of ourself that we are connected to, that we can begin to be more connected to. And that's my mission, is to get women to connect to this inner part of ourselves that is wise, that knows how to do things in a effective way, not a frenzied, hurried way, but in an effective, happy, accomplished way. That's what we want to see more of. So I just want to say hello out there. Hello to Facebook and YouTube people. Hello. Good to see you. Thank you for joining me. So thank you for being here. So the problem, frenzied accomplishments. Is this the way we want to be remembered? I don't think so. For sure not for me. Do you find yourself doing, a half-assed job when we're out there running around doing 500 things? Do you feel not connected to yourself or your children? Do you feel like you're stressed out most of the time? Well, I have some programs that can help you develop some new ways of being so that you can remedy those things. And if you feel that way, put it in the chat for me. Let me know how you're feeling. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you think. So another question might be, well, actually, I have a quote that I wanted to read first. I forgot I popped this one. I think it's a really great one. So let me find it. So this is the quote. Once she stopped rushing around through life, she was amazed at how much more life she had time for. I love that. Once she stopped rushing around through life, she was amazed at how much more life she had time for. And this is from a unknown, but it was great. I was looking up quotes for today, and I came across that one. And oh my gosh, it just makes perfect sense. And definitely something to consider when we're out rushing around every day. The idea is that we want to slow down. We want to begin to slow down in our lives. Slow it down. The good news is that you do have the power within you to create the kind of life that you want. That's the great news. It's about creating new memories. It's creating memories. It's creating a life that is fulfilling. It is a life where you can enjoy your time with your children, enjoy your time with your family, enjoy the errands and the running around. Because when we create a more mindful a new awareness in our lives, that it's a way that we can connect to ourselves and to others. And when we do it mindfully, you will see that you actually get to enjoy your day instead of just running around from one thing to the next, mindless. And I actually talked about that a couple weeks ago in the show. So it's about creating new mindful moments. And I actually have a Facebook page, and you're welcome to join it. Go into my Inner Dazzle page. I'll list that here in a little bit. And go into my Mindful Millennial Moms group. I would love to have you in there, and I would love to work with you, because we have a lot of other women that are coming in, and we're going to be talking about all these things that come up, these issues that come up as moms. So see, you can go right here to the Facebook, my Facebook page, and it's Spiritual Resource. It's the Inner Dazzle LLC Facebook page. And the group, go on in there and join the group. So let's see. I have another quote I wanted to share with you. Let's see. Okay, here we go. This is really powerful. This one brought tears to my eyes. And every day the world will drag you by the hand, yelling, "This is important, and this is important, and this is important. You need to worry about this, and this, and this." And each day it's up to you to yank your hand back and put it on your heart and say, "No, this is what's important." And that's by Ian Thomas. Oh my gosh, that was so impactful to me. When I read it the first time, it really brought tears to my eyes. And it's like, this is important. I want you to try that. Put your hand on your heart and realize this. That means you are important. What your needs and desires are just as important as the kids, your family, your husband, your partner, anybody. You are important. This is important. I love that about this quote. I'm going to pop it back up really quick. Take a snapshot if you want of it, and take it to heart. Put your hand on your heart and say, "No, this is what's important." And so what I realized, going back to when I dropped my daughter off at school last week, starting 8th grade, and in my mind, I'm thinking, gosh, she was just in kindergarten not that long ago. Do you guys feel that way? Does anybody else feel that way? I know it's just crazy how the time flies. So that's why it just became so clear to me. And I've thought about it before plenty of times, but what came to me that day was really this feeling that came over me. And it was like, oh my gosh, I have got to be more mindful, more connected, more aware of my thoughts, my actions, the way that I do them, how that I do them. It makes such a difference in our lives. And it really makes a difference in our families' lives too, because when we can actually take time and realize that we are important, and we need some mom time, we need some downtime, we need time to reconnect, refuel, get ourselves into a place of knowing that we can fulfill others' needs when we meet our own needs first. That's such an important thing and I know that we forget that, as moms especially. And I think as women, just as women in general, as women, as we are goddess women, we take on lots of things, and a lot of times we take on too many things. And so the other part of that is slowing down. I have some tips for you here in just a second. So it's recognizing, that we are important and valuable, and that we need to learn to say no. And I think what it has to do is creating boundaries in your life. Because when we don't have boundaries, that's when we just say yes to everything, and we do everything for everybody else. We're trying to people please. We're trying to make everybody happy. And I find myself doing that. I catch myself still, even as I teach other people about it. And so it's about having that compassion for yourself and saying, oh my gosh, I need to slow down. I need to say no sometimes, and check in with yourself, before you answer. When somebody asks you to do something, this is something I learned a long time ago. And when I remember to do it, it works really well. You can, instead of answering right away, yeah, sure, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll help. I'll do this. I'll do that. Instead, just get back to them. Just say, you know what? I'm going to get back to you on that. Let me check my calendar, and I will get back to you today and let you know if that's going to fit in my schedule. That way you can actually pause, take a minute, and remember, do I want to do this? Check in with yourself. Do I really want to do this, or do I not really want to do this? Is this fulfilling me? Is this feeding me in some way? Or am I just trying to people please? That's a question for you. I want you to ask yourself that. It's really important. So the tips that I have for you are, the first one, let me see if I can find my tips. Here we are. So I have some tips for you, and I would like for you to notice these. So we're going to start with number one, the tips for you. So I want you to slow down. We're going to slow down by meditating in the morning. Do you guys meditate? Let me know if you meditate. I'm always curious to know if people actually meditate. And yes, Gina mentioned, I love this. Hi, Gina. Thanks for being here. Self-care is mandatory, not optional. So true. Oh my gosh, that's huge. And so part of self-care for me is creating is to create a way of like a spiritual practice. Just create a way that you can calm yourself down, connect with your divine source, your inner source, connect with God, connect with Buddha, whoever it is that you want to connect to, or just connecting to yourself, taking that time in the morning to create a spiritual practice, even if it's 5 minutes a day. And one of the tools that I use that is actually really fantastic is Insight Timer. And it's an app on your phone, and it's free. It's Insight Timer. Gosh, I should write that down. Oh, well. Anyway, so Insight Timer, and just look for it and pull it up. And then it has the meditations. You click on the meditations, and then you go in, and it's got morning meditations, evening meditations, meditations for all different things, for love, for peace, for anxiety, for happiness, connection. There's kids meditations for awake or get the kids to go to sleep. It's a really wonderful tool, and I use that many times. And start my day with that. I get up before my daughter gets up, take a few minutes and center yourself. That is so important. So the second tip for you is, use the slowing down as an opportunity to reacquaint ourselves to our natural rhythms. So that's the thing we were talking about, the natural rhythms. To me, that's natural rhythm is like when I need to take a nap, I want to take a nap. A lot of times we don't have time to take a nap, but that's the idea, is creating space to actually honor that and take a 20-30 minute nap, before you have to go pick up the kids from school, or in the afternoon if you're on your way to do something else, or go take care of everybody else's stuff. As a mom and as a woman, we tend to do that. So I think it's really definitely important to take the opportunity to reconnect to your natural rhythms and honor that. Go to bed a little bit earlier or get up a little bit earlier. Pay attention to that. It makes a big difference. The third one is to be in the moment throughout the day, being mindful, deliberate, and fully present. That's what we want to do. Mindful, deliberate, and fully present. So being in the moment throughout the day, what does that look like? What does that look like to you, being mindful in the moment? For me, I drop my daughter off, we get her dropped off to school now. Even when I was making her lunch the other day, I made a little note, a little sticky note, and I put that in there. And that was a mindful moment for me because I was just reaffirming my love and appreciation for her. And even though I don't know, she probably doesn't read it in front of her friends because, once they're in 8th grade, they're just too cool for mom stuff. But I put that in there anyway. And then another way of being mindful is really just even when you're driving to and from, being mindful when we drive. That's pretty important, right? Definitely so important. Another mindful thing, when you're running errands, a lot of times we're just, racing from thing to thing. We have a million things. But as we learn to be mindful and we create mindful moments in our lives, you can actually make those chores or those errands mindful. It doesn't have to just be mindless. It can be what you can even just smile at others on the way. You can just give them a little smile. And that's a mindful moment when you're actually acknowledging another human being. And, it's about putting love out into the world because we all need more love, right? So when you do that and take time to acknowledge somebody else by even just a smile, that's having a mindful moment. So think about what are some mindful moments that you can create in your day. Definitely important. Let's see. So the next one is focus your attention on the task at hand. So that goes hand in hand with what I just said, focusing your attention on the task at hand. So even if, you're a working mom or you're, just a goddess woman and you are working from home or at work, you can put more focus in each task that you're doing instead of, we might be doing something on our computer, and then, we're already thinking, okay, what's this next thing? What's this next thing? What's this next thing? What I've learned to do is write things down and just get a list of things that you need to get done and, focus on the task at hand, whatever it is that you're doing. Or if you're cooking, prepping stuff for dinner or for the kids' lunch, be mindful in that moment and just take a moment. And all it takes is just a few times. It takes some practice because it's like using the muscles in our brain that help us remember to have mindful moments. But you can do it, and you'll notice a huge difference in the way that you feel. Definitely is calming, and that's a good thing. So we're going to slower your pace. So rushing diminishes the quality of your work and your relationships. So we are going to focus our attention and slow down. Rushing diminishes the quality of your work. That's definitely something that I've become aware of. And the more aware of it that I am, then the easier it is for me to begin to take those moments and slow it down. Because when we slow down, that helps us actually tune into our natural rhythms. And we can always do this little exercise I've shown you before, where you put your hand on your heart and then on your tummy, which you can't see right now, and then you just close your eyes and take a breath. And you just check in and ask yourself, what's next? What do I need? What do I need? What do I want? What's next for me? You can even do it just with your hand on your heart. What's next? What do I need? What's going to work for me? That's the question you want to ask yourself. And then, of course, the next one is slowing down, which goes hand in hand with what I'm saying. They all kind of fit together. Slowing down is inherent to fully savoring anything or any experience in your life. So once again, slowing down is inherent to fully savoring anything in your life. Just so important for us to slow down. The more aware I am of it, the more I do, the calmer I feel, the better I feel by the end of the day. Then by the time when I pick my daughter up from school, things are, I'm in a good place. And that's important for our kids, for us to be in a calm, connecting place, especially when we pick them up from school, because they've had a full day and lots of things going on. So if we can be in a space where we can be calm, cool, and collect and be present with them, it's a wonderful thing. Yes, let's see, Miss Gina. Healthy boundaries, is definitely part of self-care, for sure. And, the healthy boundaries, what does that look like to you? That's definitely a good one. And I appreciate that. Thank you, Gina. That's great. I love it. So that is your 6 tips for you. And I want you to just take those at heart and see what you can create in your life as far as calming yourself down, slowing down, enjoy the day, create new memories, create wonderful memories. Okay, so next I have a little video that I wanted to share with you. And this is a short one. It's a couple minutes or so. Just listen to this and you'll see what it's all about. We're just focusing in on what we just were talking about, is slowing down and taking that time to be present. Here we go. Here comes.
About 2.5 years ago, I started becoming interested in the slow movement. It started with craft for me, and the idea that the process of making something can be just as interesting and beautiful as the final product. And over the last couple of years, I realized more and more that faster isn't always better, and racing towards something means you could miss so many things along the way. I see slowing down as a way to be present and appreciate where you are and who you are at this moment, instead of worrying or thinking about where you should be or what you wish you had. But it's really hard to slow down. We're plugged in 24/7, everything is becoming faster and more efficient, and being super busy is often glorified. Plus, we're always told we need something bigger and better, and being sold the latest quick fix for our problems. And I'm not trying to say that technology or efficiency or being busy is bad. I love all of those things, and they're an integral part of my life. But I think, as with most things, it's about a balance. And that's what I'm trying to find. I recently did a huge declutter of my possessions, and it was such a breath of fresh air. I want to be able to focus on the things that are most important, that actually make me happy, help me grow as a person, and move my life in a positive direction. And to try to enjoy the moment, the process, and where I am now. And I assume if you're here watching this, you're also interested in those things. I'm new to this and just sharing my experiences, but I would love to create a community and have you share your perspectives, lifestyles, and experiences as well. We all have different pasts, lives, goals, personalities, and beliefs, but I think the core of what most of us want is to just be happy and lead fulfilling lives. So I would love to have you subscribe and join me on this journey. I'm also really interested to hear your comments. What does slowing down mean to you, and how do you incorporate that into your life? Thank you for watching, and have a great, slow day.
Wonderful. Wasn't that great? I love that little video. It's just such a great reminder. Wonderful stuff. So take the time to slow down and see what you discover from slowing down and taking time to just be present in the moment. So I would love for you to join me. I would love for you to, you can certainly send me an email if you would like to visit or chat a little bit more. And I have some wonderful programs. I'd love to talk with you about that. If there's something you're interested in deepening your spiritual path, if you want to connect to it, connect with me at lisa@innerdazzle.com. I certainly would invite you to subscribe on my YouTube channel. It's Inner Dazzle LLC. So go into YouTube and then you'll see it in there, Inner Dazzle LLC. And I have lots of 1-minute pause videos. I have a lot of these videos, these half-hour Inner Dazzle videos. There are also some other wonderful videos that talk a little bit more about my programs, different coaching programs that I offer. Lots of wonderful tools for you to deepen your spiritual journey. So also, let's see. Oh, I had one more resource I wanted to put on here, bouncebackparenting.com. And one of the quotes that I read, the one about that when you're hurried, and the one where she says, she talks about being important, you being important, bouncebackparenting.com. It's got some wonderful tips and techniques for us moms to just check it out. Check it out and you'll see what's available. So also, let's see what else. I think that's about all I have. Oh, so of course, you're welcome to share your gifts and your tithes to ntmedia.org and click donate, because we always appreciate it here at New Thought Media Network. And that is the program that the platform that I work with. And this is a wonderful ministry, New Thought Media Network. We carry a lot of beautiful shows, a lot of programs that are designed to enhance your spiritual practice. So check out ntmedia.org and click donate. And you can also go in there and see a lot of the programs that we have. You can also watch on Facebook. If you go to NT Media, you can go in there and sign up, click on that, and you can get more of the wonderful programs that we offer. We have like meditations, we have journaling, we have lots of wonderful programs, Science of Mind, where we teach classes on New Thought, which is what we teach. It's a beautiful faith and philosophy that we stand by. I always talk about that. And I also do prayers throughout the week. We have a wonderful prayer team that is there to support you as well. So join in for some prayers. If that's something that you need, you can put in a prayer request. So definitely donate there. We appreciate it. I also appreciate it as well. My personal donate button is Venmo and it's Rev Lisa 1. If you're so inspired by my message, I would love and appreciate any donations or ties that you want to send my way, because that just helps us grow. And we talk about reciprocity. As you give, so shall you receive. So that money that is you're giving, it does come back to you. And we are so greatly appreciate it. So that is about it. One more thing I'll just put on here. Rev Lisa, or you can go to my Facebook page. It's my Inner Dazzle page. It's spiritual resource. If you have anything else you wanted to find in there, you can find it there. And the Millennial Moms Facebook group is in there as well. I think that is about it. Let's see what else. Oh, so we teach our children how to take care of themselves through our example. And that's such a big thing. That's part of what I teach in my programs. And it's definitely a message that I wanted to send to you. So check that out on the Facebook page, because we have some great resources. But yeah, I feel like that's such an important thing. So we teach our children, and then they become more self-efficient, and then we can all be happier that way. I think it's a good thing. All right. So I think that is about it for today. I'm so grateful and appreciate you for being here with me today, and peace and blessings. And we'll look forward to seeing you in the near future, or you can join us next week for our next Inner Dazzle show, or come on to New Thought Media Network. You can join in for prayers or all the other wonderful things that we have to offer. So thank you, and I will see you soon. Let's see. Where's the video thing? Oh, where is it, Gina? Do you know where it is? The closing video.